In life-threatening situations like the one in which ferocious doggies are chasing you or you are about to be slaughtered for cannibalism, stress shifts us into the flight or fight mode, which helps us to better handle the situation. But those cases are really rare, aren't they? Normally people are stressed due to very different reasons. Perhaps someone broke a promise we made with them. We take stress in that. Perhaps students have exams coming up. Anxiety takes a toll on them. A loved one passed away. It breaks people. Someone publicly insults you. You may take stress in that. You may have had a fight with a friend. Thinking about it may frustrate you. So what is the purpose of these general types of stress that we face in our everyday lives? Why do they exist? What is their purpose? You know what? I don't know, but I have a pretty fascinating idea about it that seems to fit into the puzzle. So let's take a look into that, shall we? If I were to say so in a nutshell, every and almost all types of stress have the same purpose, whether it be psychological, emotional, spiritual, or even physical. They all have fundamentally the same purpose. So what is that purpose? It's very simple actually. The purpose of stress in general is to give you an important message. The moment you figure out and decipher what that message is and act according to that message, your stress vanishes. Simple as that. So what kind of message does stress give? It may be telling you to do something, to change something in your life. Perhaps it's trying to tell you that you have to say sorry to the person you hurt. Perhaps it's telling you to change your mindset or perspective on something. Perhaps it's telling you to quit a job that you don't like to do. Perhaps it's telling you to prepare for something, or perhaps it's just telling you to stop doing a certain habit, and so forth. Let me clear this up with a very simple example of physical stress. Imagine a stickman named Bobby. Bobby likes to stay healthy and energetic, so he exercises a bit every day. We astrally sneak up in his room in ghost form, and there we see him doing his routinely push-ups. We can hear him clearly as he loudly counts his push-ups. 9,997, 9,998, 9,999. And then when he reaches 10,000 push-ups, his hands start to tire out and they start stressing a bit. At this moment, his body is giving him a message to stop and rest his hands. If he acts according to this message, his hands will heal soon in a few minutes and his stress would vanish. But if he goes against this message and keeps doing more and more push-ups, his hands are going to break into pain. And because of that excruciating pain, he won't be able to properly use his hands for a few days. Let's take another example. Let's consider students under exam anxiety. The purpose of anxiety is to prepare an individual for a possibly upcoming event. Students who haven't mentally prepared themselves for failure, or students who only expect to pass, when they suddenly fail, the shock causes them to plunge into depression. Some students lose hope in their capabilities and are damaged for life because of this. Some even suicide. Recently I heard a news about a student who was studying to be a doctor. When he failed in his exams, he burned himself alive. Students who think that academic success has nothing to do with their one's financial success, they are prepared to and mentally ready to fail. They have no issues failing, and that's why they don't go through exam anxiety. It's the same with me. When I figured out that my academic success has very little to do with my financial success, I just didn't mind failing in my exams anymore. And that's when I not only completely got rid of my exam anxiety, but I also became the top of the class student. So overall, exam anxiety is there to help us plan out and mentally prepare ourselves beforehand for failing, so that we don't go through the intense state of confusion if we were to actually fail. So again, anxiety is there to prepare us for future events so that we can have a more proper and calculated lifestyle. Similarly, different types of stress have different messages to give. If stress is making you focus on something that happened in the past, it may be trying to tell you that there is something important that you have to learn from that event. If you get stressed while doing something, perhaps stress is telling you that you are not supposed to do that. If you get stressed whenever you come to a certain place, then stress could be telling you to change something about it. Or perhaps it's telling you to leave that place. Overall, every stress is a message. You have to figure it out what it is and abide by it. I sincerely hope all of this is making sense because this is a very important concept that you have to realize. That concludes our discussion about why stress is there, but how can we go about easily realizing what the message of stress is? So let's discuss a bit about that now, shall we? Every psychological tool that has been given in this series, and as more shall be given, their only purpose is to temporarily relax you, so that you can easily realize what the message is. If you are mentally relaxed, then it would be easier for you to consciously think about what the message is and realize it. Secondly, stress itself gives you the hint what the message is. If stress is making you focus and question things about a certain event, that event is your hint. If stress comes whenever you think about a certain place or person or situation, then that is your hint and you need to concern yourself with that. So those are the 2 points that can help you with easily figuring out the message of stress. Now the question arises that why should you, I or anyone else go through all of this effort to eliminate stress in the first place? Allow me to answer this question like this. Same as darkness is the absence of light, same as evil can be considered the absence of good. Similarly, stress can be we can say. So when your deeds, mindset or practices deviate from a path of a relaxing lifestyle, stress comes in to tell you. I hope this makes sense. If you wish to have a relaxing lifestyle devoid of constant stress and misery, you are going to have to go through this process of interpreting the message of stress and acting in accord to it. But if you want to live a constantly stressed and depressing lifestyle, you can skip all of this, no worries. On the basis of what we have discussed up until now, I would like to clarify this as well, that the more stressful situations you handle and face off, the more capable you will become in handling different types of stressful scenarios, which will allow you to be physically, emotionally and psychologically stronger. And with the elimination of stress from your general day-to-day life, you would now be in a constant state of ataraxia. Congratulations! So let's conclude what we learned in this video. We learned the purpose of stress in general situation with some examples. We learned that the purpose of stress is that it is there to help give us important messages that we can decipher and use to go about living a prosperous lifestyle. We learned how to easily figure out the messages by first relaxing ourselves and then focusing on the hints that stress left us with. In the end, all I would like to remind you is that stress is an internal guidance system installed into us, which is there to help us live an awesome and relaxed use of it instead of pushing it away. With this, I think I should wrap up this video. Be sure to read the description for more information on the topic. If you have any questions, comments or feedbacks, be sure to drop a comment here or on my Facebook page and I will be sure to respond as soon as I can. If you like this video and would like to support this series, then be sure to subscribe to my channel and throw it a thumbs up. Thank you very much for watching and see you later awesome folks.